Get your
Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the March 28, 2024 regular meeting of the Moraine City Council to order at 6 o'clock. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
here.
Mr. Miller? Here. Mr. Doherty?
Here.
Ms. Marcus?
Here.
Mr. Burchett?
Here.
Mrs. Witt?
Here.
Mayor Murphy?
Here. Would everyone join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council has copies of the March 14, 2024 regular council meeting minutes. Does anyone have any changes or corrections? Hearing none, the minutes are approved as submitted. We have no special presentations. We'll go into reports. Finance Committee, anything to report?
No report, thank you.
Finance Director, anything to report?
No report, thank you.
Committee of the Whole, anything to report?
Yes, our last meeting was on March 14th, and there will be a meeting following this meeting tonight. Thank you.
City Manager, anything to report?
I have nothing to add to Mr. Davis's written report. Thank you, Mayor.
Law Director, anything to report?
No report, Mayor, thank you.
And I have no report at this time, so we will go into business.
Ordinance 2157-24, an ordinance amending Moraine Codified Ordinances Part 3, Traffic Code Appendix 7 to prohibit right turn on red at the intersection of Dryden Road and Arbor Boulevard and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance amends the Moraine Codified Ordinances in order to allow for the installation of no right turn on red signage at the intersection of Dryden Road and Arbor Boulevard. This is on for an emergency. I move to suspend the rules to allow for the second reading and final adoption at this meeting.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Ordinance 2157-24, an ordinance amending Moraine Codified Ordinances Part 3, Traffic Code Appendix 7 to prohibit right turn on red at the intersection of Dryden Road and Arbor Boulevard and declaring an emergency.
Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Ordinance 2158-24, an ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Moraine, State of Ohio for the period January 1, 2024 to December 31st, 2024, and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance allows for the supplemental appropriations for the transfer of funds for the contractual service with Flock Group for traffic cameras for the city. This is on for an emergency, so I move to suspend the rules to allow the second reading and final adoption at this meeting.
You heard it. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes?
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Ordinance 2158-24, an ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Moraine, State of Ohio for the period January 1, 2024 to December 31st, 2024, and declaring an emergency.
Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes?
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8034-24, a resolution approving and accepting the annual report of the Community Reinvestment Housing Council, CRHC.
This resolution allows for the adoption of the 2023 annual report for the Community Reinvestment Housing Council. Motion to approve?
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes?
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8035-24, a resolution approving and accepting the annual report of the Tax Incentive Review Council, TIRC.
This resolution allows for the adoption of the 2023 annual report for the Tax Incentive Review Council. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8036-24, a resolution accepting the proposal of and authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with America's Decorative Concrete LTD for the 2024 concrete pavement program for the amount of $624,235.80.
This resolution awards a 2024 concrete program to America's Decorative Concrete in the amount of $624,235.80. This project includes work on East River Road and Arbor Boulevard with an additional section on Springboro Pike and Arbor Boulevard. This is a budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8037-24, a resolution accepting the bid of and authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Fillmore Construction LLC for the 2024 bike path paving program for the total amount of $258,725.
This resolution awards the 2024 Bike Path Paving Program to Fillmore Construction in the amount of $258,725. This work includes repaving the Main Street bike path as well as the Ora Everett Park bike path. This is a budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8038-24, a resolution authorizing the city of Moraine to accept the proposal of National Auto Fleet Group via Sourcewell, formerly NJPA, contract number 091521-NAF, to purchase a transit van for use by the Parks and Recreation Division at a total cost of $64,114.39.
This resolution approves the purchase of a transit van in the amount of $64,114.39 for use by the Parks and Recreation Division. This is a budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Resolution 8039-24, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a 2-year agreement with Flock Group Incorporated for replacement and upgrade of traffic cameras at a total cost of $59,625.
This resolution approves a 2-year agreement with Flock Group for the purchase of traffic cameras for use throughout the city by the Police Division. These cameras would replace and upgrade current traffic cameras. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes. We have no persons appearing before councils. We'll go into any other business. Fire Department, anything to report?
Nothing to report, Mayor. Thank you.
Does the Police Department have anything to report?
No report, Mayor. Thank you.
Building and Maintenance, they're not here. Street Department's not here. The City Planner, anything?
I made it tonight. I guess there's the news, but nothing tonight, though. Thank you.
Parks and Recreation Director, anything to report?
Yeah, I have a couple things. Thank you for the van. Parks and Rec's really going to enjoy that. And then the bike path, thank you for that at Ora Everett's. I don't know if you've walked it. It was pretty bad, so thank you for that. That's going to be a huge improvement to that park over there. And then this past weekend was Easter egg hunt, so I wanted to thank all the citizens for coming out to that in the blistering cold of the 10 o'clock a.m. in the morning. And then I just want to tell everyone thank you. Have a good holiday weekend.
Acting City Manager, anything else to report?
Nothing further, Mayor. Thank you.
Law Director, anything further to report?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Finance Director, anything further to report?
Just a reminder to file your taxes by April 15th. That's the due date for this year. And file early if you can. If you have to come in person, feel free to stop by our window. We can assist you there. We also have online filing. We have a drop box here in the main lobby of this building where you can drop off your taxes here in a secure drop box. So there's multiple ways to file your taxes. For more information, you can go online on our website, or you can give us a call or email, or just stop by during the day. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Clerk of Council, anything to report?
I have nothing. Thank you, Mayor.
Ms. Allen, anything to report?
Nothing to report, thank you.
Ms. Marcus?
Nothing to report.
Ms. Witt?
Just have a happy Easter, and does anyone, like the police chief or Brent, have anything to add about the eclipse? That we won't have another council meeting before then.
I know we have 51 registrants for our program for that day. So we did move it from Deer Meadow to Wax Park, just based on like parking purposes and that kind of stuff. So I know we put it in the messenger as it was going to be up at Deer Meadow, but we scratched that just for safety purposes and stuff. So we are doing some crafts. We're going to have some cornhole. We got some things to set up over there. We'll have 200 glasses, so the first 200 that register can get glasses. I know there's other cities around giving those out for free. We are, but as a registrant for the program. So other than that, maybe Chief can speak on some things, but that's what we have going on in Parks and Rec.
We're just telling people to be prepared for a large influx of traffic. Traffic will be heavier on the roads. Make sure your cars are fueled up a couple days in advance, and if you don't want to get out of your house, maybe just have some food stocked up. But other than that, we think it should be rather smooth.
Hey, Mr. Miller?
Nothing tonight, Mayor, thanks.
Mr. Dougherty?
Just that my wife and daughter, we were able to make it out to the Easter egg hunt, and appreciate the Parks and Rec for putting that on, and she had a great time. All of the training with her about picking all of her toys up really paid off with those eggs.
I'm sure. Mr. Burchett?
Yesterday, I attended a monthly board meeting of the MVCC. That's all I have. Thank you.
And I'd like to say the Easter egg hunt was definitely a success. I was able to do the countdown, and I would like to still send my condolences to Linda, who was our receptionist, who passed away suddenly, and her funeral and visitation was this past week, and that, so we send her family our condolences. And everyone, come on out for the eclipse. Just like you said, drive safe. That's going to be the main thing from wherever you're coming from, even here in the city. Doesn't even have to be out on the highway. Even here in the city is going to be probably congested. And that's all I have. And I would like to thank the Miami Valley Communications Council for broadcasting this meeting live, as well as any future rebroadcast. This regular council meeting is adjourned at 6:13.